The first castle siege in Eternal Liberty is over, and while winning guilds and alliances are enjoying their spoils, to the majority of player base that participated, the castle siege left a bitter taste. The castle siege was always advertised as this glorious endgame mass PvP content that thousands of players can enjoy and participate in, but in reality it was a shit show that nobody liked. From guilds finding ways to break 4 guild alliances and creating mega zergs, to many bugs and exploits being used to enter the castle and capture the throne, to the very poor optimization and server performance where the majority of players couldn't get more than 20 FPS. It is safe to say that the first castle siege was an absolute disaster. Let's start with the ultimate problem, which is the alliance system. First of all, there needs to be a rework of the whole alliance system, or it needs to be fully deleted. 4 guild alliance limit doesn't do anything, and it doesn't mean anything, as guilds will always find ways to go above the limit and create mega zergs and mega alliances that control pretty much the whole server. The only way to beat them is by creating your own mega zerg, which is why some of the servers had these massive alliances on both sides fighting. While this could look fun due to all the chaos and spectacle, in reality it shouldn't be happening. It was a nice attempt by Amazon to separate allies, usurpers and enemies with 3 different colors, but unfortunately it didn't do anything as guilds managed to coordinate and find ways around it. That's what people will always do when you have these massive loosened rewards. It's win at all costs, even if it means breaking the rules, breaking TOS just to get the rewards. To get around this problem, I brainstormed a few ideas that I even gave to Amazon as a feedback back in April after the closed beta. First, remove the alliance system completely and increase the guild size limit to 150 players. Test the waters with 150, but adjust the number if it becomes too low or if it becomes too high. But 150 would allow 2 guilds to merge into one, as most top PvP guilds have a second guild anyways. Riftstones and Boonstones numbers would also need to be adjusted, but I would like to see some of them reduced in size limit to allow smaller size guilds and communities to participate in GVG without being completely outnumbered. The open world boss conflict fights could stay as it is, as I don't really see anything that can be done to prevent guilds from mega zerging them other than completely reworking the whole world boss conflict system. When it comes to tax delivery in Castle Siege, the only way I see the mega zerging being fixed is by instead allowing literally everyone to participate, no matter if you're a guild with 20 players or you go into the siege solo. Only certain amount of guilds would be allowed to participate in the Castle Siege. Because let's be honest, those small guilds and solo random players will have zero impact of the outcome of the siege anyways. But allowing everyone to participate creates these huge mega zergs. So the way to fix the siege without having an alliance system would be like this. Defending guild will have an option to invite a selected number of other guilds to join the defense side, and the attacking guild will also have an option to invite a selected number of other guilds to join their side. Then it all comes down to how many players can each of these guilds bring to the siege and tax event. Of course, this would need to be properly tested, but it's just a general idea that siege and tax event needs to be somewhat instanced, where you have a specific amount of guilds and players that can attend. I know this kinda screws the small guilds and casual players, but let's be honest, they have zero impact on the siege and most of them complain anyways how bad the siege is. Because they literally cannot do anything. And to appease the casual and PvE players, introduce PvE siege, where the server can fight against Archeum Legion by either defending or attacking. This way, everyone is happy, I guess. Next I want to talk about the sheer amount of accusations and witch hunting about many guilds and players using bugs and exploits. Now I'm not trying to accuse anyone about anything, but there are many clips floating around Reddit where people are showcasing how and where exactly you can bug yourself under the castle, or go through the walls, or simply teleport across the whole throne room. Amazon, being the bright in the head as they are, few days before the siege publicly announced that there is an exploit, how to replicate it, and they simply said don't use it or you will be punished. I mean, seriously? Shouldn't the siege be delayed then until next week, and these exploits and bugs be patched and hotfixed? Instead of having this amazing endgame PvP content, you ended up with a shitshow of an event. Good job. A lot of the guilds have also lost the thrones with some very suspicious late game plays. I have seen many clips of players under the throne either glitched out accidentally or on purpose, being able to cap the throne from under the map. Overall it was an absolute disaster, but I'm 100% sure Amazon isn't going to do anything to punish these players and guilds. There won't be any loot redistributed, they will just hope people forget about it until next siege when the same shit happens again. On the topic of Amazon pushing problems under the rug hoping players forget about them, remember the first Peace Ballandir event and how many servers crashed and didn't get any loot? Well, Amazon said we would get the Ballandir event again, but it's been almost 3 weeks and none of these affected servers had the repeated Ballandir event. It wouldn't really be a Castle Siege event without some major server performance and FPS issues. Even people on super high-end PCs struggled to maintain relevant FPS needed to play smoothly. There were many disconnects and crashes during the siege. We had an Unreal Engine 4 crash on a player that was controlling the golem during the tax delivery event, which meant we failed to deliver as the timer ran out. I understand with the sheer amount of players and everything going on that FPS will be pretty bad, but that's just another reason why Siege should be somewhat of an instance event. You fix the problems with Mega Zergs, since there's less people participating, the FPS performance will be much better, and if all the bugs and exploits get fixed, you will have a pretty balanced and fun Siege experience, unlike the shitshow that just happened. Another big issue was the respawn protection. I honestly have no idea who thought the 30 seconds respawn protection timer is a good idea, especially since attacking alliance can respawn at the center of the castle and have enough time to run straight to the throne room without having any collision, so you can't even body block them, and have a full alliance inside the throne room ready to fight and capture it, while literally running past a whole sea of red players. There have been some crazy plays made using this stupid strat on some servers, but it's honestly the dumbest thing that was ever put into a PvP event. 10-second respawn protection is more than enough for anyone to respawn to figure out where they are and where their allies are. And lastly, the ever-growing problem of class balance and the majorly overpowered usage of flash waves and tornadoes. Something needs to be done ASAP, because nobody likes this meta. I don't like the meta while playing that same thing. I think it's super boring, but if you don't use it, you will get run over. It requires zero skill, zero coordination, and only people who have fun are the ones casting it on a winning side. If you are on a losing side getting flash waved all the time, you start to question your existence. Things need to change. The game needs to change, certain aspects of the game need to change. It's already bleeding a lot of players, and I'm pretty sure the Siege just confirmed it to a lot of players that the game isn't for them and they're likely going to quit. But I'm sure the Siege had many more issues and problems people encountered. I'm sure the vast majority of the player base disliked everything about the Siege. But I guess as long as the streamers got their viewers and won the Siege, it's all good, right? I'm just glad tshow was streaming the Siege so everyone can see how shit it actually is, and how big of a problem Mega Zergs like the one he was part of can completely destroy all the fun. But I understand that the enemy had a similar sized Zergs, so they had to fight the Zerg with a Zerg, which pretty much shows the core problem Throne of Liberty has. Anyways, enough ranting and blabbing. My guild won the Siege, I'm happy with the rewards, but was it fun and engaging? It definitely wasn't. Amazon has 2 weeks to fix all the bugs and exploits. There's a lot of videos and clips around Reddit and YouTube, so get to work, the good people of Amazon, and start fixing it. Because this Siege showed how easy it is to win the throne with these bugs and exploits, and rest assured the next Siege will be the downfall of Throne of Liberty if these are not fixed. Let me know your thoughts and experiences from the Siege and tax event. How did it go on your server? Did your side win or lose? Thank you for watching, consider subscribing and watch my 2-star dungeon guides I just dropped and prepare yourself for the grind.